surround McDavid and Draisaitl with depth, because the hot take of last offseason, I said, was that McDavid, if he doesn't see any progress here within the next 2 years, this being one of the years, if he doesn't see any progress within this year after this, I really, truly believe it's going to be another Jack Eichel situation, and he'll want out. McDavid wants to win. He wants to win.
I don't know if I see McDavid asking out. I mean, I don't even know if Jack Eichel technically said he. I mean, it's a very tenuous situation in Buffalo, and I'm not saying it's not it's a great situation in Edmonton. But at the same time, I mean, I don't know if I'm not as convinced he's going to want to ask out. Why? I think he's because I just don't think it's in his nature. I don't think it's in him. I don't think he's that type of guy.
So you're saying that loyalty means more to him than winning does?
I think that this is something I had a conversation a little bit with. I mean, I asked this of the question on the Rod Peterson show, because I mean, one of the things that I think is going to be fascinating next year, to go on a little bit of a tangent in 2022, if the Buffalo Sabres, I mean, and some people think that this is going to be a ridiculous take, if the Buffalo Sabres are in the position to take the number 1 pick next year or the year after that, does a Shane Wright or a Connor McDavid or whoever is projected to go number 1 say thanks but no thanks? Because that organization is a dumpster fire. And the argument against that is, and we haven't seen it in a while, but the argument against that is it just feels like it would ruin your Canadian image brand. And that's where, if you're, that's what I would think from Connor McDavid's perspective. I do think that has something to do with this. I mean, if he asks, I don't know if he can go public with it.
No,
I think he might be able to ask privately, but if this comes out publicly, I mean, I think that this becomes a very, very interesting debate. And if it's not a trade that the Oilers can win, they cannot get enough for Connor McDavid. Like, there's no way that can happen. Like,
well, the last player who got drafted and didn't want to and said no, thank you, that's been very notable, has been Lindros, right?
Yeah, that was like 30 years ago. So yeah. It just rarely happens.
And you do have those U.S. graduates who get drafted, and then they go through their collegiate years and don't sign or ask for a trade. And obviously, the tenuous topic of Adam Fox on this program has been documented throughout our podcasting for the past little bit here about whether or not that was a good trade or not. But I just personally see that McDavid, he wants to win. He's a winner. There's a video out there where him playing for the Otters there in the OHL. He was unbelievably pissed. He was going down the locker room, and he wants to win. Look, you saw last night with him yelling at Puljujarvi for a shitty pass that he made. That's the fire that's inside of him. And I just personally believe that his will to win outweighs loyalty.